Carême had cemented his position as the world's first celebrity chef. He'd created a piece sucré for Napoleon's civil wedding to Mary Habsburg, uniting Austria and France, and he created the christening cake for their son and heir, the King of Rome. These days, everyone wants a cake fit for their own royal wedding, and Eric is asked to create more and more outlandish designs. He has a list of celebrity clients as long as your arm, but he's always clear he makes cakes for everybody.
The other day, one of my competitors was on television saying, we do cake for celebrities. We do cake for everybody, including celebrities.
Nina and Jamie are planning a late summer wedding, and they've sorted the guest list, the dress, and the marquee. Now it's time to think about the wedding cake.
Doesn't mean you're gonna have to have just fruit cake. You can have lemon cake, carrot cake, you can mix the layers, and most people do that these days.
I don't want something too flamboyant, like it to be very simple, very neutral.
But let's have a look at some of the work we've done in the past, and maybe the design's gonna pop out, and it will be the one. So first one, I have the iced cake. And of course that was commissioned by of a bride and groom, so we can change shape, colors, sizes to fit your day. So.
Jamie and Nina have a look at some designs, but come to a pretty quick decision.
You can see the detail there, it's got tiny little sets of dots, so you give a bit of texture, but without being too over the top.
What do you think?
Should we go for that one?
Definitely, yeah, it's lovely.
That's the one.
Yeah.
God, you two are, yours. I like you. Are you ready to try some cakes now?
Definitely.
Yeah. So this one is probably the richest of the two chocolate we offer. It's a chocolate ganache. So ganache is cream and chocolate melted together. The traditional fruit cake, if you're going to keep a top tier, that's going to have to be the one.
Yes.
This one is getting more and more popular with carrot cake. People use it as an alternative to the fruit cake. With that design, you can really mix and match the tiers. So
Excellent.
there's no issue with that. So
Wonderful.
go for it. Yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, I don't normally like fruit cake, but that is outstanding. It's really lovely. There's not too much alcohol going on in it. It's lovely, really nice. And in each tier, can we have a different flavour?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Whilst Nina considers what will be right for each tier, Jamie sticks to tasting the cakes.
The carrot cake. Should I turn it round?
I can see you like...
Yeah.
Get your eyes on that.
We're saving the best for last.
And that one is layered with cream cheese frosting.
That's very nice.
This next recipe is a two-tiered chocolate cake that will be perfect for a big occasion like a wedding, a christening, or a birthday.
So for this recipe, we are actually pushing the boat out a little bit, or a lot. Definitely a cake designed for a celebration or a big occasion. It's going to be a two-tier chocolate cake. It's a French recipe. It's called gâteau moelleux.
First, make the sponge. Mix butter and sugar together.
So we're going to give it a good whack till it's nice and fluffy and creamy. And the next ingredient to go in is a dark treacle.
Add 8 eggs and some dark melted chocolate.
And I'm using quite a high cocoa content dark chocolate. I went for a 70% because I don't want too much sugar in this recipe already, because we already put the trickles and we got the caster sugar, so it's quite a sweet sponge already. So I don't want to go too far with the sweetness. So the darker the chocolate, the better.
That mixture will add flavor and texture to your sponge.
Okay, so that's mixed enough. So the next step is to sift together some flour, plain flour, with some baking powder to make the cake rise, and some ground almond. The ground almond are there really to make the cake very, very soft. It's always a good ingredient. And I got some pure cocoa powder. So I'm going to sift all this ingredient together. And just the sponge on its own, it's going to be very, very special.
Now it's time to combine all the ingredients. Start your mixer on slow, then speed up so the sponge is whipped and will be nice and light. Okay. Fill your grease tins. You need 2 sizes, and that will affect the cooking time. Okay, so this is going to go in a hot oven, temperature of 170. Obviously, the small one is going to cook faster than the big one, so keep an eye on, on both of them anyway. While the cakes bake, it's time to make the chocolate filling. Let's get our buttercream filling ready. Starting with the butter and the icing sugar together. Okay, so when you see when the butter starts to be soft enough and start to mix, you can swap the spatula for the electric mixer. And now you can see you're getting some volumes to our mixture. And I'm just going to add the melted dark chocolate, the double cream, and a couple of drops of vanilla essence. Carry on mixing all of that together. Okay, that's ready to use. So just give it with a spatula another little mix to make sure it's smooth. So we're going to keep that aside, and we're going to be able to start slicing our cakes. Carefully slice each sponge into 3 and put a layer of the chocolate buttercream on each slice. When sandwiched together, spread the cream around the edge and smooth with a palette knife. The cream needs to be very hot. So now we're going to make the ganache to glaze the top of our cakes. So in this bowl, I got equal quantity of dark chocolate, and I got some hot cream. So I'm just going to put over the chocolate, and the heat of the cream should be enough to melt. The cream needs to be very hot, and make sure the chocolate is all melted for that all-important glossy look. But that's perfect, nice and glossy. So we're going to glaze each tier separately. I'm going to take a piece of baking paper, and I'm going to completely coat the cake with this dark ganache. So using the palette knife, I'm going all around it. Okay, and we do exactly the same with our little one. So you need to have a good layer of ganache everywhere to make sure it's really well coated. And we're gonna lift it and set it gently on the top of our larger one. Okay, so as you can see, the ganache is still quite soft. It's all stuck together. So it's always best to put it in the fridge before decorating for maybe a good hour. So at least the ganache is set, and we can put all our beautiful figs and berries to make it very pretty. Okay, so the cake has been in the fridge now for a couple of hours, and by touching it like this, you can feel the ganache is completely set. So that's going to help to stick our fruit on it. So as a glue, I'm going to use melted dark chocolates. I've got those blackberries, and I've got those beautiful figs who are on season at the moment. And I actually bought as well a beautiful satin ribbon. You can get that in any department stores. I'm going to wrap that around, first of all, the top tier cake, and we're going to leave it to hang on the side like this. And now I'm just going to cut the figs. And if you don't like figs, you can always use other fruit. And if you press at the base, it should open them. I'm going to dip them in chocolate so they kind of stick to the top of our cake.
Here we are. I think that's quite impressive, like this. Here we are, a fantastic cake for a very special occasion, and it's not just the look, it will taste delicious as well. My gâteau moelleux with a chocolate ganache.